Find out if it's working. Maybe. In theory. Find out if it's maybe. In theory. Maybe. Find out if it's maybe. In theory. Maybe. Find out if it's... Oh, that's insane. That is completely and totally insane. I have no idea why it's looping. And if I mute that, well, let's find out if it's gone away. So anyhow, hello. Let's see, let's go over here and switch. So the terrible thing is I'm unable to, I mean, if this is working, and I just genuinely do not know if it's working now or not. For some reason, when I try to monitor my voice, which I've done, I don't know, every time I do this, just to make sure it's working properly, it sends a signal and somehow loops. And I assure you, I'm not a DJ or a beatboxer. I don't have any software which would automatically create a loop. I'm not that cool. So I have no idea. Someone tell me if you can hear me. Let's find out what you guys say. Somebody tell me if you can hear me. And if so, why, I'll just keep on keeping on from here. Got you. Mark says you got me. And it's not doing any weird doubling, Mark? No doubling? Nope. No, I don't have it. I mean, loop back. No, I don't. I have to turn loop back on. It's not even ran through this. It was so friggin' weird. So weird. So, okay, not doubling. So we're good. Hi, everybody. Sorry, we're going to be a little bit late today. My apologies. If you're brand new, it normally doesn't go this crazy. Normally, it's pretty straightforward process. Yeah. But, for some reason today, that's the beauty of working on the internet. You never know when things are going to change. So since I rebooted my machine now, I have to pull up my notes. Because you're watching Podcast Pontifications, the live taping. My name is Evo Terra. If you manage to get through all this, here's the good news. All of the garbage you just heard and that which you are hearing right now is not part of the actual episode content. No, that'll begin here in just a moment. Once I get my notes pulled back up. Hey, there they are. That's going to begin in just a moment. And so, if you want to skip all the insanity, just go to podcastpontifications.com because that's where this episode will be posted within in the next few hours. 2 hours and 50 minutes right now, which means I just lost 10 minutes of my day. And I'm on a very tight production schedule. Oh well, such is life. Such is life. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. So without any further stupidity, my camera's all off. Let's see if I can fix the camera real quick, because I can't have that happening. Hang on. Cam settings, what's it called again? Webcam settings. Oh, goodness. Hey, that's a little bit better. Let's turn this thing on, and let's go to show my webcam settings, and let's zoom it up a bit so that it looks decent. Again, this is all stuff that should have been fixed ahead of time. Whoa, there we go. There we go. I'm looking okay? Look all right to you guys? Look okay to me. Let me check the chat room. Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Mark Stedman. Morning, JD. JD, I got your email from yesterday. I have been babysitting my granddaughter for the last 2 days, so I'm way behind on a lot of things. So I will reply to that in just a moment. Hello, good morning, Arlen. Let's see. Oh, and Mark, I just shared that lovely article you wrote about SEO for podcast apps. Very enlightening and disappointing, but not surprising. Isn't that a shame? All right, I need to turn QuickTime Player on so that I can get my audio recorded, and we're going to light this candle. Filed. New audio recording. And make sure we are set at maximum. We are. Move that over there. Push this up here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I forgot to make that big. Subheading? No. That's the title. This is the subtitle. Goodness. All right, let's read this preamble so we can get this thing going. Comparatively speaking, because we're talking about podcasting. It's what's for dinner. Comparatively speaking, podcasting has been one of the slower growing mediums for mass adoption. What we need is a big, bold PR push to spread the message of podcasting even wider. But would that work? Yep, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it now. And you're welcome, Markham. Okay, let's move. Let's put this on top. Let's put this on top. Nope, not that on top. This and this on top. All right, here we go. Comparatively speaking, podcasting has been one of the slower growing mediums for mass adoption. What we need is a big, bold PR push to spread the message of podcasting even wider. But would that work? Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Where are the got milk, but for podcasting, billboards? Where are the beef, it's what's for dinner? Those newspaper layouts, but again, for podcasting. Where's the podcasting equivalent of an animated dancing California grapes? I haven't seen any. I bet you haven't seen any because I'm pretty sure they don't exist. So why not? Well, I think there's a couple reasons why that's not the case, or that they are not is actually the case. First, I think it's a real question of, well, now what? What's the call to action going to be on a giant "you should listen to podcasts" ad? On the ads for those various agricultural products, it's 100% branding. There's not really a call to action to go to a website or do anything like that, for the most part. And that's because 100% of the people who are going to see that ad know where to find incredible edible eggs, to show my age, in a grocery store somewhere. But according to what Edison Research has told us podcasters, only about half of the U.S. population has listened, and only 30% listen on a weekly basis, regularly have the habit. So if someone saw a giant ad that said, go listen to podcasts, would the majority of people who were exposed to that ad know where and how to find them? And even if they did, would they have a decent experience when they got there? Sections of meat you can go buy, you can figure that kind of stuff out. We don't have 8 cuts of steak. And then there's the creative. What do you put in the ad? Pictures of people doing what? Listening? Do you play snippets from podcasts? And if that's the case, how in the heck do you select from the rich, huge range of podcasts that we have out there and portray that in a 30-second TV spot so that it appeals, whatever was said, appeals to the masses? I guess there's a bigger question, and that is, who's going to pay for this? The associations that pay for those agricultural commercials, they're all made up of people who have 2 things in common. A shared product. We have a shared product in podcasting, but they have a shared economy. We don't have that in podcasting. And before you think that we do because of advertising, allow me to continue. You see, more people buying avocados, for example, isn't just good for the avocado industry. It's required for the industry and for the people involved in the production of avocados to live. And if it's not, then they go bankrupt. Seriously. No one, and I genuinely mean this, no one is in the avocado industry as a hobbyist. You might have an avocado tree in your backyard, as I did when I lived in Los Angeles, but I wasn't selling them. I wasn't in that industry. No one who is on the National Dairy Council or a member of the National Dairy Council keeps a milk cow as a pet or dabbles in single udder butter, which unfortunately is a real thing. No, everybody involved in these industries that are supported by these commercials that you and I have all seen, the people in these industries are fully committed, if not over-leveraged, in those industries. There's no such thing as farm fading. That's bankruptcy. People can't suddenly switch from apples to walnut production. Trees take time and land and massive amounts of capital to grow. And with very few exceptions, none of the people who are members of these councils or associations have day jobs really to fall back on. They're not dabbling in the space. It's it for them. That thing they do is what they do, and their lifeblood requires it. So therefore, they have to do these big programs from time to time to get people buying more of that particular product. That's just very different from our world of podcasting. Do we need more public education about podcasting so that we can break past that 30% number and get most people consuming content on par with other forms of media? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we need to do that. I think it'll be great for all of us. But it's going to be a very tough nut for us to crack. Pun sort of intended. Because we're not all in the same economic boat. We're not following the same economic path, and we're not in it at the requirement that it must continue. If podcasting died tomorrow, sure, there would certainly be some livelihoods that were... I'd be screwed. What do I have to do, get a job once again? But for most people in podcasting, they just go back to something else. We're wild. We're a disparate group, and it's very hard to build a movement around. But I don't think it's impossible. It's just hard. And the course is laid out for us by other industries, like agriculture for some strange reason, doesn't actually work for us. But I'd love to hear what you think. So please jump into the Advancing Podcasting community at advancingpodcasting.xyz. I know, dumb URL, but what are you going to do? And let's keep the conversation going. And if this idea I brought to you sparked an idea, please go to buymeacoffee.com/evoterra and show me your support. That's it. I shall be back tomorrow with yet another podcast pontifications. Cheers. Okay. Stop recording there and stop recording here and pull the chat room back up. Boom, 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 boom. Looks like things are still working. No one's complaining. Hooray. Glad the doubling's not working. So I keep a notebook full of ideas down, and this one, Got Podcasting, I wrote down. Has been there for a long time, and I wanted to get it out. So why not the beginning of Season 4? Thanks for hanging in there with me. If you're brand new, just coming in, well, you missed it, but you didn't miss all that much other than me being mad at my system for not working properly. You can go to podcastpontifications.com, where this will be live in about 2 hours and 40 minutes. My God, 2 hours and 40 minutes. The whole thing will be live, edited audio, transcribed, clean transcription, well-written article, rewritten article. It's pretty well written. I'm not going to be that self-effacing. And if you go to Podcast Pontifications, you drop your email address in, we will automatically send you an email when the episode is published, so you don't have to wait. You get bing, here it comes, and it's a link, right? It's not just, there's an episode. You actually get the full article, and you get a link to the audio file so that you can listen right there. Of course, feel free to subscribe on whatever, or follow on whatever app you want. Great, knock yourself out. Beautiful. Okay, that's it. Well, like I said, I'm very late now. Good. I'm only 5 minutes behind now, so it's not too bad. I made up a little bit of time. So I'm going to, and thank you, JD, for saying the great points. So I'm going to leave you all, and I will be back here, and we'll do this thing again tomorrow. Sound good? Good. Okay, bye.